What's up guys, it's Captain X Productions here with the final army of 2021. This is the fourth army that I have done. First week was the Clone Army, second was the Separatist, and last week was the Rebellion. But with this week we have the Imperial Army, so this one's kind of special to me for a couple of reasons. Let's get to focus again. This was actually the first ever army I did on YouTube back in 2016. My first ever one was the Imperial Army, and I did it again in 2018, so it appears I seem to do one every 2 years. Because the Imperials is a funny one for me, and I'll get into the why in a second. You see, the Imperials, I've never actually tried to army build. It might seem like I have, but I haven't really. See, when I started getting into collecting again, because I went through my dark stages, originally my collection started in 2008, went up till 2014, and I kind of stopped, and then, and then late 2015, early 2016, my collection picked up again. I started buying sets because I got all the sets I originally got. I don't have any of them anymore, so I have been rebuying my collection. And a lot of the stuff back out in late 2015, 2016, a lot of it was Imperial stuff. So I've kind of just gotten a lot of this because it's, not for the purpose of army building. The only set here that I feel I want another of is maybe that TIE fighter at the back. That is a cool TIE fighter. But these are just kind of sets I've picked up randomly, and it's, kind of formed Imperial Army. So, before we begin, I'll point out a few things. The newest set is the TIE Fighter. The oldest set is one of the Imperial dropships from 2008. So, yeah, this army is decent. It's not my biggest. My biggest army will always probably be the Clone Army. Although, I'm looking to replace this army next year. I don't think that next year I'm going to do Rebels or Imperial. I want to do the kind of the Old Republic, like Republic troopers, and then like the Sith troopers from the Old Republic. It might not happen, but if I can at least get to 20 on figures on each side, I would happily do them. Although I wouldn't want to do one without the other, so who knows, you might get this next year, but let's get into it. So there's a total of 8 sets. Some really cool ones. The two biggest ones obviously being the TIE Striker and the Emperor's Throne Room, which recently got a re-release with some changes. But yeah, let's get into the minifigure portion of this army. So leading this Imperial army, we have 4 of the Emperor's Royal Guards, the 2014 version, and between them we have Emperor Palpatine, which I believe is the 2015 version from his throne room, and we have the original OG Darth Vader. Some people might say, why not use the newer Vader? Well, the newer ones, it's that helmet throws me off. I can't seem to love it. And the retro one led the last 2 armies, I think, and maybe in the 2018 one I used more than one. See, I didn't want to do what I did with the Rebel army and, put multiple versions, because I've done the Imperial army before. I kind of had an idea on how I wanted to do it. But yeah, those four Royal Guards look really nice around Palpatine. I don't think I really want any more of those, but, it's cool. I don't understand why those were put in a battle pack. Behind the Royal Guards, we have Boba Fett. Now, yes, I know he's a bounty hunter before you get at me in the comments, but he works for the Imperial so much that I kind of had to put him here. It kind of fits in that sense. Like, whenever you see Boba Fett in the original trilogy, or, like, most of the time he works for the Empire instead of the Rebellion. Like, I don't think you really ever see him work for the Rebellion, so obviously bounty hunters don't pick sides, but, he's more of an Empire man than he is a Rebel man. Behind him, we have an Imperial officer from 2017 next to a 2016 Death Star Trooper or Imperial Navy Trooper, depending on you want to go with LEGO's term or the official term. And we have this protocol droid. I can't remember the exact name. It's not just an Imperial protocol droid, but yeah, he was in the 2021 TIE Fighter. I really like this minifigure for a variety of reasons. One, it's an extra protocol droid you could use in a mock. Secondly, it's apart from maybe 1 or 2 instances, you don't really see a lot of this kind of stuff with the Empire. Like, the Rebels have quite a few different protocol droids, like, the red ones, and there's the red one, the white one, there's like a whole bunch of them, there's a silver one as well. But the Imperials don't really get the kind of droid side of things. I mean, you get mouse droids and stuff, and there's a few astromech droids, but I just love this figure for that, and he looks cool anyway. The Imperial officer's a cool minifigure too. Moving back, we have 2 of the 2 coolest characters from Rogue One, in my opinion. We have the Death Trooper here from 2017, from one of the from the Advent calendar, and we have the Shore Trooper. I believe this one might be the captain. I'm not too sure, or yeah, I think he's a captain. I think the regular ones have 2 blue arms. Moving back here, this is kind of where it gets interesting. So we have 3 gunners. These guys obviously fire the turbo lasers on the Death Star and the super laser. They're really cool minifigures to have. I mean, I wouldn't say go out and army build these guys. Maybe get eight at the most, just to populate a mock or populate your Death Star. But that's about it. They're cool. I like the helmet designs a lot on those guys. Moving back, we have 3 different versions of TIE Fighter pilot. We have one from the TIE Advanced Microfighter from 2015, one from the 2016 TIE Striker, and one is from the 2021 TIE Fighter. Moving back, we have on either side, it's the ground crew kind of members. I don't remember the exact name. It's the ones that have the lights that guide the TIE Striker in on Scarif. I'm going to just call them ground crew. And between them, we have 2 different versions of the Shadow Trooper, which isn't a canon minifigure, so it's kind of cool that it came back long after it was made non-canon, or at least it's listed as Expanded Universe in the LEGO books. Here we have the 2008 one from the Dropship Battle Pack, and the 2019 one from the updated 20th anniversary edition of that set. Now, moving into the bit behind. So we're going to start over here. So we have 6 snowtroopers here. So 2 of them are the newer design. Not the one that you see in 2021, but it's like, in the last 5 years. And then 4 of them are from the 2007 to 2012 era of the snowtroopers, where the helmets are just one piece. As you can tell by looking at them, you see the ones that have, that have the studs sticking out are the ones that are separate pieces. The ones that don't are the original kind of versions of the helmet. They're really cool. I wouldn't mind a few more snowtroopers. I will get into what I want for the next army if I make one next year. I'm not sure yet. Over here we have a squad, or a small amount of sandtroopers. So the first one, he is a sandtrooper. He looks like a regular trooper. He has the thing on his back like the other 2, and he has a black pauldron. He's from the 2010 Luke's Landspeeder. Moving back, we have these 2 sandtroopers from the 2012, however you want to put it, Droid Escape Pod, which is a cool set. I always want to got those 2. Those ones are, in my opinion, the best sandtroopers you can buy, because they have sand on them and they don't have the ridiculous helmets. We're going to get into that in a second. So over here we have the Stormtroopers, or Bucketheads. So they're led by a 2015 redesign of the Stormtrooper. Behind him is 4 of the 2008 designs from the Imperial Dropship Battle Pack. Behind them we have 4 of the Star Wars Rebels versions. And here we have 4 of those horrendous looking troopers. It's the helmets. The bodies are good. It's the helmets, those last 4. So they're available in the Dropship Battle Pack, and they're also available, or they were. They're now one of them comes in the 2021 TIE Fighter. They're not good looking helmets. I've never been a fan of them, to be honest. I prefer the original versions of the helmets. Even the Rebels one looks better. They've been referred to as Family Guy Stormtroopers. I mean, that is kind of cool if they've done that as an Easter egg, but I don't think so, because they would have stopped. But do you know what? They are as bad as they are. I mean, at least it's Stormtroopers, but they need improvement. Over here we have the droid section that isn't a protocol droid. We have a Sentry droid from the 2010 Luke's Landspeeder, and we have a Pro droid from the 2007 Echo Base. Now let's get into the ships and vehicles. So I figured we'd start over here. So this is the 2016 TIE Striker, and it is one of my all-time favourite sets. When I saw Rogue One in the cinema, or theatre, or whatever you want to call it, back in December 2016, I saw this ship and I instantly fell in love with it. And then obviously later, I didn't get the ship right away. I actually got it like 2 years after it came out. I got it for my birthday in 2018. I got it for my 15th, and it's a really cool ship. I do like it. It has lots of good features. I like the cockpit design. I like this back part here, if I can get it open, which I can't seem to. There we go. It's just a really cool ship, and the position of the wings, it's one of my favourite sets. The Rogue One wave was unique in its kind of sets, and I really do like that. Coming on here, we have the 2019 Imperial Dropship, which is a cool set. It was a remake of the 2008 Battle Pack, although this one wasn't an army builder for me, because it came with the 20th anniversary Han Solo, which I didn't want multiple of. And from Star Wars Rebels, we have the Imperial Troop Transporter, or it was a battle pack. It came with 4 of those Rebels Stormtroopers. By the way, this is what came with those horrific Family Guy looking troopers. Here, in front of the TIE Fighter, we have a turret from 2014, which came with the Death Star Troopers and Royal Guards. And here we have one of my newest additions to my collection, and it's slowly becoming one of my favourite sets. I mean, I didn't like it when it came out, the pictures, but having it in hand, and considering the price, it's a really good TIE Fighter. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, it's not on the scale of the 2 previous versions like the 2012 and 2018, but I mean, for what it is, it does do the job perfectly, representing a TIE Fighter, and it is in scale with the X-Wing that's come out this year. It isn't as bad as people give it. I mean, it's an okay figure selection, maybe throw in another Stormtrooper or something, but really cool set. Here we have the Lego Star Wars Microfighters TIE Advance from 2015. It's an okay looking set, although personally I think the bigger one looks cooler. Here we have the OG Dropship Battle Pack from 2008, which I would consider an army builder. Although I only have one, I don't know if I really want another one, but they are really cool looking sets. And I mean, it takes you back to a simpler time. I mean, look at the blue colour they used. I mean, not great by today's standards, maybe, on one of these. But there's something about this that just intrigues me. It's like, it reminds me a lot of the old TIE Fighters, because up until 2009, with the release of Darth Vader's TIE Advance, all the TIE Fighters had blue on them instead of grey, which was kind of weird. And closing up with the final set, we have one of the first sets I got when I started getting back into LEGO Star Wars. And it is the Palpatine's, it's called the Final Duel, but I just call it Palpatine's Throne Room because you don't going to fix the seat thing here. That's essentially what it is. It's a really cool set. I mean, it got a redo in late 2020 with some upgrades. The upgraded version, I'll admit, is better, but I don't have a desire to buy it because, I have this version and I'm quite happy with it. I mean, it's one of those sets, I've had this set for nearly 6 years now, so there is kind of an attachment of nostalgia for it. I got this for Christmas 2015, so it's one of my favourite sets. So I'm just going to show you guys a bit more, but yeah, let's go in to the end of the video. So then guys, that was the video, the final army video of 2021. To recap, we did the Empire, we did the Republic, we did the Separatists, the Rebellion, and now the Empire. It fits nicely because, 4 weeks in May, well, there's 4 Tuesdays at least, which means four days to do armies, which is fun for me. So, yeah, this has been fun. Not just this video, but all of them. The Clone Army did crazy well. It beat its previous version from last year by quite a bit, and this should do well. I've not done one of these in 3 years, actually. Never mind. Sorry, I said 2. It's been actually 3 years since I did one of these, and it's been 5 years since the original. Obviously, the original was bad, but I'm happy to bring this. I mean, this army might not pop up yearly like other armies might, like clones and droids, but there's something cool about this army that I really do like. I mean, it's the Imperials, it's the original trilogy. That's cool. That's something that I really enjoy. Not to mention, the first Star Wars movie I saw was actually Return of the Jedi. So, Stormtroopers, TIE Fighters, Emperor's Throne Room, that kind of stuff, it takes me back. It's nostalgic. I do enjoy this. I mean, so what would I want for this army next year if I was to do one? I want another one of those TIE Fighters. They're that cheap that I would probably consider buying more. Minifigure wise, I mean, probably some of the Admirals, some of the high-ranking Imperial members like Callus, Piet, Thrawn, Tarkin. I want some of those kind of figures. There's not really troops that I think of that I want. Maybe some of those Scout Troopers from Return of the Jedi. I don't have any of those, so those could be cool. It would be fun to have a few of those in the collection because I don't have any. I mean, I wouldn't mind a little platoon or a little squad of those Scarif Troopers, the normal ones. There's a few things I would like. I think I'll put them in the description. Definitely would like some Death Troopers. Those would be cool. Although, see, I think this army is going to get bigger whether I want it to or not because, think about it, right? The Mandalorian and the Bad Batch are both set in like the Imperial era as much, because the Empire, the Republic's becoming the Empire in that. So, you never know. If the show goes on long enough, more than the 14 confirmed episodes, we could start to see Stormtroopers and Imperial vehicles. But even without that happening, just all the stuff that's going on in Star Wars right now, the shows and stuff, I can see this growing. Plus, they release at least a couple Imperial-based sets a year, which, will help towards it. If there was one troop battalion that I want to grow, it'd probably be the Stormtroopers. I don't know why, but just the Stormtroopers. So, you guys are probably wondering, since there's no army next week, what's coming next Tuesday? I'm just going to check. So, this Friday, you're going to get Figure Friday. I'm actually going to, at least I intend to bring it back. I kind of put it away while I was doing the armies because I'd set my army up the minute I was done filming one. And I'd leave it up for a week just to check that I liked the setup. Plus, I was kind of busy the last couple of weeks, so that's why I didn't get one. But Figure Friday will be coming back this Friday. But next Tuesday's video is, in fact, the channel update for June, because next Tuesday is June 1st, which is, it's kind of crazy how times went by here. In fact, I'm actually entering, or I did yesterday, my final month of high school, so we'll have a whole summer available, most of the summer anyway, where I'm going to try and upload some more videos than I usually do. Maybe try and, so normally it's 2 a week, and then whatever I put on, I'll put content on Instagram as well. Well, when I say content, I mean I just put up pictures there. But I'd like to try and make a third video, maybe a week, sometime between the usual Tuesday to Friday uploads. But yeah, I'm just going to let you guys see this one more time, because you might not see it next year. It could be another 2 years before you see this one. You might not see it till 2023, so I thought I'd just give you that one last kind of overview of the whole thing. This has been fun to film, as the other ones. If I was to pick one that I think was my favourite, definitely the Republic. It also did the best. But I can see this doing just as well. I mean, it's not big. It's not. Some people have way bigger than this, but do you know what? This army's been in the making for about 6 years. And keep in mind, I don't intentionally add to it. If I see a TIE fighter on the shelf that I want, I don't have a set that's from the Imperial era. I buy it. This is just combinated through random sets over the years. But anyway, I'll see you guys on Friday for Figure Friday, or if you guys are skipping that, or if you don't see that, I'll see you on June 1st, where we will discuss the channel update for June and what's happening in the month of June, because I have some fun stuff coming then. See you guys in the next video this Friday. Peace.